Hello, live chatters, Mad Hatters. This is Douglas George Bloch. Today is Sunday, March 27th, the last day of March. And we have had beautiful weather here in Portland, Oregon. And it is time for Pastor Doug's live depression radio hour, mental health recovery radio hour, whatever you want to call it, with all you YouTube fans coming, creating community, and asking questions about mental health recovery. Good afternoon, Corey Peterson. Good afternoon, Kevin Wilson. Yop, Marius. Ian Kirkpatrick, nice Jewish name. I meant to say Irish name. I love the name Ian. Ian Holm. He was a great actor. Ian Fleming. He wrote the James Bond books. Jennifer Tiana. Mono Tube. Hey, hello, here it is dark. 21 hours ahead. Wow, well, you must be in New Zealand or Australia or something. Anyway, welcome everybody. We had a great live chat last week. I think we had 90 people showing up, and it was it daylight savings time or not? I forget. Today, no, it was 2 weeks ago. So yeah, I don't know what happened on the 20th. Oh, it was the first day of spring. That's what it was. People seem to be really up and going. Well, I have good news for you. This coming Saturday, which is going to be April what? 3rd? I don't know. Tell me. Hey, Edward Steiner. Good day, Edward Steiner. I want to just let people know, became a patron of this channel, is making a very generous monthly donation. So let's give a clap out to Edward for really, going ahead and helping this channel and this live video chat every week continue onwards. Thank you, Edward, for your generosity. And by the way, if anybody wants to become a member, or not a member, we don't have members, we have sustainers, supporters, right? Just go to this website, www.patreon.com/Douglas Bloch, and you'll be taken to my little crowdfunding page. As little as $2 a month, you can help us out, or 5 or 10 or 15, whatever. And this has been helping me pay my videographers and also write the scripts. I have an editor I have to pay. It's not easy doing YouTube videos every week. It takes work, money, energy. Anyway, hey, Ellis16, thank you. Netherlands, it's 9:05 p.m. Yes. Oh, you said it was dark. I thought you meant you were going to sleep. You've been getting compliments of how young you look for your age. Mr. Bloch. Mr. Bloch. Oh. Well, I'll tell you what. I am 73 years old. So tell me, do I look young? When I think of 73, when I was 18 years old, back in 67, Summer of Love, I thought about 73-year-olds were old men or old people like in a rocking chair in some sort of a nursing home. So I think it's pretty cool that, I can't believe I'm 73. I feel like I'm 25, but so you know what's helping me young? Hey, Patrick, how have you been? I have two wonderful announcements to make. One, Bruce, the life and times of Bruce Bloch, the wonderful kitty cat that many of you know of, is premiering. It's a documentary that I made, and it's coming to theaters everywhere, right? On, let me see, what is I think it's April 2nd, right? Is that Saturday? At noon. Noon Pacific Daylight Time, right? Is that right? Yes, I'm uploading a video, my tribute to Bruce the cat. And then after I do that, I will be able to move on and get a new cat. Thanks for being here, Mike Chamberlain. I am, what is it? Reliable, responsible, dependable. I never missed a day of high school. Okay, you can throw tomatoes at me, but you can't hit me. Hope all is well. TMAC 0192, speaking of a sustainer, TMAC 0192 also is a patron, or was last time I checked. Anyone about inositol? I think that's a part of the B vitamin complex. You're right. Look young for 73. My dad was the same. He kept his young looks. Yes, Bruce, the beautiful cat. Can't wait to see it. Is inositol good for depression? I think B vitamins in general are, but you should look it up and talk to your nutritionist. The second thing that I want to, hey, your favorite Uncle Hubert Humphrey, a great, great man and politician in America in the 40s and 50s, wonderful human being from Minnesota. And here was, can you see this or not? I guess you can't. Anyway, yesterday I went on my first ride. Can you kind of see this? That's an electric bike. It has a battery in it, which means when I'm climbing a 700-foot hill, I don't have to just rely on my human power anymore. I have something called an assist, ASSIST, going up hills. So I rode with some friends yesterday who are much stronger riders than I am, and I was able to keep up with them. And somebody's calling me. It's Stuart. I'm going to message him. What am I going to tell him? I don't know. Stuart. Well, I'm in the middle of my live chat period. We'll call you at 1 p.m. period. All right, Justina, Aaron Michaels, positive you all suffer depression? Absolutely. What a horrible, cruel disease. Fantastic investment. I think you meant investment. Keep you mobile and active is worth it always. Exercise, one of the three keys of old age, right? Old age. Okay, stay active, stay engaged, stay connected, right? My three ABCs of getting old gracefully: stay active, connected, engaged. Well, bicycle riding, walking, gardening, hiking, swimming, exercise class, Zumba, you name it, stay active. Engaged means doing something you like, and connected, we need other people. The ABCs of getting old gracefully. Every person I know who's lived into their 80s, 90s, and 100s has done that. All right, Chocolate Boy, nice to see you. Haven't seen you before. I suffer 10 years depression, anxiety. Life in depression, anxiety is up and down, sometimes happy, sometimes sad, but you can keep going, believing that you can overcome it. Fully one day. Thank you, Chocolate Boy, for your testimonial. You're absolutely right. You have to just keep out a day at a time. These are I don't want to say chronic, but they are chronic relapsing conditions. All right, Aaron Michaels is giving me the claps. Speaking of contributions, it's 12:12 p.m. on the 27th of March, 2022, and I am looking for my first online donation. Hit the $, $5, $10, $15, whatever you want. And it helps. Does exercise decrease anxiety, and does eating increase anxiety? Chocolate Boy, I eat pasta. That actually decreases my anxiety. It has something called tryptophan, which goes to serotonin. So I don't think a lot of people eat because they want comfort. So I would not say eating increases anxiety, but exercise sure as hell decreases anxiety. I have this memoir, now an audiobook on Audible called Going Through Hell Don't Stop, A Survivor's Guide for Overcoming Anxiety and Clinical Depression. And when I woke up for 12 straight months with agitated depression, where I was going back and forth, I couldn't sit still. The only way I was able to burn off the agitating chemicals in my brain was to go ride a bike or go swimming. And then at the end, I felt normal. So yes, exercise decreases anxiety for most people. It's a wonderful thing to do. Oh, tennis and golf helped me with, hey, Corey Pearson, nice to see. Pearson, excuse me. Yeah, golf is a really cool game. Very heady game. Tennis, I played tennis on the tennis team. Great exercise. Naima Saunders, I suffer from depression, anxiety. Do you think? Hey, at £1.49. David Anthony Burton, my God. We've known David for at least 7 or 8 years from the UK. Very cool individual. Thank you for your $1.49 in pounds. Buddhism helps? Oh, yes. Anything that brings you mental equanimity, absolutely. Cognitive behavioral therapy, that helps. Ann C., beautiful day in Arizona, 85 years old, one of my heroes or heroines. Julie Nelson, hi Douglas, thanks as always for your live stream. Always appreciate it. Chocolate Boy, how exercise can reduce anxiety by burning off adrenaline. Exactly what my nurse friend told me. Burning off the quote-unquote agitating chemicals. Just stopping in for a moment. Hope all is well. Talk soon. Yes, Patrick, another beautiful day. Let me know when your next day off is. We are going to walk that 3.5-mile trail in Lacamas Lake. I'm getting stronger every day. Not too many of you know that I had a total hip replacement, joint replacement surgery essentially 7 months ago. I'm finally feeling I'm getting back to my old self. All right. Niema Saunders. I suffer from depression and anxiety. You think I would be on medication forever? If not, how can I get off? That is the $64,000 question. A lot of you weren't alive in the 1950s. But the $64,000 question, if somebody could explain that to the rest of you youngsters, what that means, and I will let you know in a minute what that means. But anyway, the $64,000 question is, I said Buddhism gives you mental clarity and peace of mind. It's a tremendous, tremendous psychology, and especially if you meditate. It's wonderful. Let me tell you something beautiful, Doug. Remember my silver lining? I mentioned, yes, it was a possibility for a job. This whole week I was busy with getting the application together. It really gave me purpose and I was focused. Absolutely. You need purpose and focus. We all do. All right, let me go on to answer the question of Niema. Okay, so she asked me about if I can get off medications or if I'll be on them the rest of my life. And here's the answer. It depends. I am now on Wellbutrin, which is an antidepressant, Lamictal, which is a mood stabilizer, and Seroquel, mood stabilizer. My doctor has said at 73 years old, you cannot afford a fifth mental breakdown. Even if you don't think these are helping you, you need to keep on them as long as they're not giving you any bad side effects. Well, the Seroquel was, I gained 10 pounds, but then I cut it in half and I've lost most of it. So other people, however, can have one episode and be well on the antidepressants and then wean off. So, 4 episodes in 50 years, that's plenty. So you talk to your doctor, talk to your therapist, and it's an individual decision. And if you can't get off of medication, there are worse things that can happen. Like some people, take insulin when they're type 1 diabetic, like my friend, or some people who have a couple of friends who have Parkinson's, they take something levodopa. So it's okay. And people with AIDS take a cocktail. So it's okay to be on medication if you need it. I don't know how young you are or how old you are, and there's Lisa from Alberta, Canada, making her weekly $13.99 Canadian donation. Thank you, Lisa. Love you. We'll meet one day, and I hope you're doing well. Do you have a pet, by the way? I think you got a new pet. All right, so I hope that answered your question. CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy, helps with depression. It takes more than a pill. Paulo Nepomuceno, hi, Sir Douglas. Kind of like the Sir Douglas Quintet or something like that. Any tips on what to do when we wake up full of anxiety? Yes, I have a video called "What to Do When It's 4 a.m. and You Can't Get Back to Sleep." That's the name of the video. What to do when it's 4 a.m. and you can't get back to sleep. Many things you can do. I like to breathe and count sheep backwards from 100 to 1 as they're leaping over a stream on the Oregon coast, which I love. Some people take a Klonopin and go right back to bed. Some people get up and walk. Some people say you should get out of bed after 20 minutes. Other people say you should. It's really dependent on each person. That's probably Jason Cluo with the 5 pounds. I can recognize his little icon. Thank you, Jason, from the UK, a faithful donator and listener, watcher of this channel. So, yeah, a lot of people wake up with morning anxiety. It's quite common, and you just need to find your own technique. As I say, I get up, and take a few deep breaths. I tell myself, Douglas, it's okay. No one ever died from insomnia. Just lie back down and do your technique, and you will get back to sleep, and I do. So I hope that helps. And but there are coping techniques and strategies for most things. Okay, Emily Myers, I'm on my 3rd medication. None of them has had any effect on me, not even bad side effects. It feels hopeless. I also have such bad mood swings. Every day is so hard. Yes. Well, if it's mood swings, it could be bipolar 1, it could be bipolar, or it just could be, who knows what it is. Are you seeing a good psychiatrist / mental health practitioner, nurse practitioner? If so, diagnosis leads to correct medication. So I don't know what your diagnosis is, but 3 medications is butkus, which in Yiddish means goat droppings. There's so many others. There are other therapies called transcranial magnetic stimulation, TMS. So yes, but of course it feels hopeless. One of the cardinal symptoms of depression is a feeling it feels hopeless, things will never get better, and that is a very painful feeling. It even drives people to the brink of wanting to harm themselves. So talk to your doctor, prescriber about other medications, other treatments. In the meantime, exercise is incredible for leveling out the mood. And Emily, if you go ahead and put your email address here, I will send you a chart that I have spent literally 50 years in the making. It's called Healing from Depression, Self-Care Activities to Include Your Moods. You can see there's 5 different arms going out of the circle: physical self-care, social support, mental emotional self-care, spiritual connection, lifestyle habits, 45 different strategies to reduce the symptoms of depression and anxiety, and to help whatever mental health treatment you have going along. So I know you can come through this. I've been there many times. As I said, I've had 4 breakdowns, 5 hospitalizations. If I can get through it, you can too. We have 51 viewers. Hit the like button, boys and girls. That is what draws likes to this, viewers to this channel, and especially now on the live chat. If we had our old friend Kyle Bailey here, he would be telling you to do that also. So anyway, yeah, just hit that like button. A very, very simple thing to do. All right, let's go and see what other people say. Hello from Canadian Pastor. Yes, Canada. Jack, Henry, and I have had many, many nice discussions. Actually, one discussion. Yeah, Jack, are you well? Absolutely. Smash the like button, please, people. Yes, a new rag doll we call Monster Kitty, very feral, plus a rough collie, Lassie Puppy. So, is your new rag doll a rag doll, or is it a real cat? Fashion rebets. I have severe anxiety. It's hard to function day to day. I'm on 2 meds, but not doing a great job. I try to do some meditation too. Absolutely. Good work. Square breathing. 4 in, hold for 4. 4 out, hold for 4. In, hold for 4. Out, hold for 4. And of course, exercise, exercise, exercise to burn off the adrenaline, as Jason Clulo so what's the word? So correctly said. Charles Lindbergh, congratulations, man, flying across the Atlantic solo. That took a lot of guts, or chutzpah. Is it worth trying SSRI if you're really depressed? Well, that's what they're there for. Prozac, Zoloft, Effexor, Lexapro, Celexa, they all SSRIs and have helped many people, but also they have had bad side effects for people. I tell people to start very low doses. Of course, it's up to you and your doctor. I feel I can hardly manage work anymore. Well, that's what happens when you're depressed. Your ability to function in the outside world, and that's probably Marius for €5. Thank you. I see, especially the people who donate, on a regular basis. I just recognize the icons. Thank you, Marius. Evidently, you live someplace in the European Union. Anyway, yes, SSRIs are used in hundreds of thousands of cases, and so look, there are 2 ways to 2 doses of truffles. Yes, that's very good. Your favorite Uncle Hubert. God, all of your comments are like white with blue stuff around them. Real cat breed is ragdoll. Really? There's a ragdoll breed of a cat? Yes, Aaron Michaels. Vagus nerve stimulation breathing techniques is amazing for anxiety. Right. I'd like to know what that is, because usually with vagus nerve stimulation, they have to do an implant over here. But evidently not. 54 viewers. Let's hit the like button. Let's get up to 90. Anyway, thank you, Marius. Yeah, I would like to know what vagus nerve stimulation is. Aaron, maybe you can go ahead and give me a link. Please, can I ask, a personality disorder is a mental illness? Yes, it is. It's a diagnosis from Axis 2, one of the diagnoses that are out there. No brain is the same. I like that. Your favorite Uncle Hubert. I like that. No brain is the same. I love, when things rhyme, they go into the subconscious. You're right. They call it biochemical individuality, but I like no brain is the same. Much cooler way to say it. So, if no brain is the same, right? One man's meat's another man's poison. So some people take marijuana. It relaxes. Some people take marijuana. They get paranoid. Speaking of which, I have a joke. A guy goes into the library and says to the librarian, the clerk, "Where can I find books on paranoia?" She says, "They're right behind you." Uh-oh. Anyway, my person I know who's had paranoid symptoms thought that was a very funny joke. SIs don't work for me. They notice they make anxiety worse. Yes, fashion rebels, and the same thing with me. They cause me horrible anxiety, which is why I can't take them. But other people, they actually calm down. See, no brain is the same. Who said that? Is that Uncle Hubert? I love it. I owe you one. I owe you a dinner for that. No, that's when people tell all my, well, I don't have depression support groups, but if I did, I'd say to every one of them, no brain is the same. No brain is the same. The rain in Spain falls mainly on the plain. Who knows where that came from? You get a free chart if you can tell me. The rain in Spain falls mainly on the plain. Oh, yeah, and see, you guys are all too young. 1950s, favorite play. So David VR says if you're depressed, try Kratom, which is a mood-altering drug. It'll greatly help with depression. It does for some people, others not. It is a psychoactive substance, so if you're going to take something like that, be very careful. And LOL, Sheldon, I'm glad you found that very funny. Barrett Mason attended church group this morning, lectures in a single group, and you feel good afterwards. Absolutely. Spirituality, look. See right here? Get out of this thing here. Spiritual connection. Can you see that over there? The purple? And it says here, spiritual community, the very, very bottom of that list. Yeah. I was healed in a spiritual community on July 14th, 1997. It was an amazing experience. I'll never forget it. It was clearly the light, coming down from the Holy Spirit that did it. All right. Gosh, Mr. Bloch, you sound great. Well, if you had 3 cups of coffee, you'd sound great too. Number 3. My Fair Lady, Jack Henry, good for you, damn it. Well, you have my email address. Send me an email. I'll send you a chart. Cheyenne Espinola, I think that's your last name. Hi, everyone. I came in to do a drive-by hi because I have to go to work. A great day. I missed you. I missed you too, Cheyenne. Cheyenne and I have known each other for at least 5 or 6 years. Cold stimulates the vagus nerve. Oh, yeah, that's right. Sonai Gohari, please, people pray for me. We certainly will. And also, there's people who can pray for you that are much cooler than we are. It's called Silent Unity. 54 people watching. We need to get up to 70 at least. It's called Silent Unity, and their phone number at 24 hours is 1-816-969-2000, and it's a prayer line. And if you call this number, they will give you a free affirmative prayer, and they will hold you in the light in their church for 30 days. Okay, you can stimulate the vagus nerve by massaging. Oh, I got to look into that because the vagus nerve is the highway between the brain and the stomach. And guess what? It carries the signals of all. There are more serotonin receptors in the gut than any place else in the body. So your gut health and your brain health are connected. So don't eat no fast food. How do you like my grammar? Don't eat no fast food. Eat fiber, which creates what are called prebiotics and also probiotics you can get at the store. I saw this new product called Mud that is made a coffee substitute made from mushrooms. Cheyenne, $20. Wow, you are a sweetheart, and I love your little emoji there. Thank you, dear. How have you been doing, by the way? It's been a long time since you've been on the live chat and we've communicated. Very generous of Cheyenne, $20. That reminds me of something that Edward Steiner would give. But as I say, Edward has been incredibly generous with this station, channel, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, Corey, sounds like an interesting thing. Barrett Mason, I got a grant to do a journalism project, and that is also validating. People need a rich, full life and depression will disappear if we need a social work and a work life, and we will feel better. You better believe it, Barrett Mason. Okay, for a free chart. What did Sigmund Freud? Anybody know who Sigmund Freud is? God, do they even teach about Freud and Jung anymore in the schools? Damn it, I'm glad I grew up in the 50s and 60s. Yeah, not appropriate, Aaron. What was I saying? Oh, Freud, right. Freud, follow your gut, exactly. So Does OCD thoughts always make you anxious, or do you end up feeling numb? Well, it depends on the person, but OCD is an anxiety disorder. Thank you again, Cheyenne. So, what did Sigmund Freud say was the key? All right, Aaron, I'm going to have to put you in timeout. I don't like your last two comments, so hope you get some, you can think about it for 5 minutes, okay? Thanks. All right, so as I was saying about Freud, right? What did Freud say was the essence of mental health? What is Super Chat? It's a little $ down below that allows you to click on it and give a donation to this channel or any channel. All right, so what did Sigmund Freud say? 59, we're almost going to hit 60. Probably some of you don't even know that Sigmund Freud was the father or progenitor. I can't spell his name, can I? Still can't spell his name. Okay, take a deep breath, Joan. Okay, Freud, right? Said mental health is the ability to work and to love. So when someone just said you need a social life and a work life to overcome depression, you're right. Now, any German speakers here? What Arbeiten I think means love, and Liebe means work, and Liebe means love. What are the two words for love and work in German, if anybody knows? What is the topic of today's live stream? Mental health recovery, as it is every Sunday and has been every Sunday for almost 5 years. Old Dirty Dasher, nice to see you again. Hi, I'm always thinking about the past and wish it never happened. Well, that's a regret. People with depression often live in the past, so the best way to get out of that is find something in the present that excites you or that you're interested in. Aha. Sex and drugs and rock and roll. Is that what Sigmund Freud said? Well, we had that in the 60s. We're still people who are depressed. Cheyenne, I've been working on becoming more and more well. Being physically active every day has helped tremendously. Yes, it does. That's why I have this electric bike, e-bike behind me. I had a rough patch after a COVID diagnosis, but I'm determined to get back to me. How are you? Oh, I've had a couple of rough patches. The end of 2021, the last 6 months was really bad for me. I had this total hip replacement surgery that brought in a lot of pain, and then I had a bad diagnosis and bad medication in December. My sleep was disrupted the whole month, and at the end, I was highly anxious, almost went back into the mental hospital, but then found a good medication, and now after my birthday on February 22nd, I'm beginning to feel well again. But you know, what goes down must come up, right guys? I wish Julie Hayes were here, but she gave me this beautiful, beautiful picture that she made. It was this was to thank me and you guys for helping her get well. It says, "And still I rise." Douglas, you're an inspiration to me. Thank you for sharing your experience and knowledge. Absolutely. But Julie, isn't that wonderful? She's an artist. The phoenix bird, from the ashes I rise. So, Cheyenne Espinola, we all go through rough patches, and the whole point is to go down and then come back up. All right, I'm going to stand up. It's exactly 30 minutes. My doctor, oh yeah, I also have what's called edema, hip replacement. Hey, Anna, I love your little thumbs up. So I had a Freudian therapist, and personally for me, he had a negative experience. I went from Freudian to CBT and ACT. Yeah, well, a lot about Freudian stuff is not valid anymore, although the basic concepts of Freud were brilliant. 43 people. My God, we're losing members or viewers. Oh, Libre and Arbeit. That's very good. I was close, wasn't I? You're Deutsch, which means Deutsch or Deutsch. That's right, Deutsch. You're German. How cool. So thank you for those. And of course, I think Freud was Austrian. Anyway, love and work. Can't beat it with a stick, as my friend said. All right. Again, Cheyenne, I'm really glad you're feeling better. Corian was great. Yes, Jung, but what, who cares about that? Hey, Reef, I've gained weight because of my medications. Depression makes me feel so sad. I've gained weight too. Yeah, well, it was a trade-off because it kept me out of the hospital. Yeah. So if you click on Super Chat and you make even $1 donation, your question pops right up. And it's very difficult to keep track of all this because all these, comments and questions are coming a mile a minute. So I had to leave my job as a hot air balloon salesman. I was accused of gaslighting. Very good, Jason. I used to drink 5 cups of coffee a day. Us seniors need it. Well, some of us do. Sir, you're not replying. Please, people, pray for me. I did actually reply. I said we would pray for you, and I also gave you the name of Silent Unity. I think I did. Do people remember my doing that? Oh, natural free spirit. Amitriptyline was a bad drug for you. I'm glad. I hope you went off it. Wow. Yeah, gene site is a good thing, Amanda. So yes, I'm trying to go back to gene site testing for antidepressants. Yes, someone responded to that. You did gene site testing, so you think it worked for me? Sonhai, I don't know. It didn't work for me, but it's helped other people. Please reply. I did reply. Oh, gene site testing, as I said, it works for some people and not for others. So that's my answer. And I did give you a wonderful number to call for prayer support, right? So I'm going to give it to you again. Prayer support, right? Whoops. How about this? PRAYER support. So if you want prayers, Sonhai, it's 1-816-969-2000. If you people are getting something out of this, 2 simple things you can do. The simplest is to hit the like button, and that will bring more people to the chat and more people to the channel. And of course, if you want to help the station a little bit, all you have to do is hit that little $ super chat button, and you can give 99 cents. Actually, a couple people have done once, or anything above that. All right, I'm going to stand up. My hip is hurting me. Vitamin B12 is great for depression. I take Wellbutrin also. Laser Ranch and Edward Steiner, on time. Amazingly generous person. I said to him when he became a patron, I said, I want to hear your next joke, and here it is. 2 windmills are standing in a wind farm. One asks, what's your favorite kind of music? The other says, I'm a big metal fan. Got it. I take it because windmills are made of metal. Oh, a fan. A big metal fan. It took me a while. Fan, like something blowing hair. But isn't it heavy metal fan? Yeah, I think it's heavy metal is the name of the rock style, right, guys? Younger guys, I'm a heavy metal fan. That's what you should have said, Edward, because heavy metal is a kind of rock music, correct? But fan, yeah, the pun on fan liking and fan blowing. That's a great joke. And what am I going to do? I'm going to take a picture of it because I'm going to use it on my next video. And if you want to, I will go ahead and mention your name if you want me to on the next video I make. Yeah. Here is a gift from Edward Steiner, or as we say in German, Steiner. Are you familiar with, connected to Rudolf Steiner, the great metaphysician from Germany, or probably Austria? Amazing person. He started the Waldorf schools, which some of you might have sent your kids to. All right. So a great joke. I'm a heavy metal fan. I've just edited it to make it even better because heavy metal is a type of music. Yes, Liebe is love. If that's how you pronounce it. Arbeit is work. Ich liebe dich, I love you, which means, oh, I love you in German. Absolutely got it. All right. Love and work. We all need it. What are things that work for you in dealing with anxiety? Me? Love, work, and exercise. Progenitor is a good word, but I cannot recall what it means. I think someone that sets something in motion. David Anthony Burton. Hey, Douglas. X, you're amazing, sir. X, I wanted to say your ace is broadcasting. Okay, thank you. I once knew an ex-Tractor fan. That's bad, Jason. That is funny, Mr. Steiner. Yes, it is. I'm a heavy metal fan. Very good. Silent is good and open-minded with LGBTQ people. Well, that's nice to hear, Aaron. That's fantastic. All right, I'm a big heavy metal fan. Yeah, it is true, but the kind of sex you were mentioning, Aaron, was inappropriate. We need love and work, otherwise we have nothing, at least very little. And yes, Lazy Eye Ranch, Suzanne and I both take Wellbutrin, and it is helpful. Jennifer H., nice to see you. I love your sunglasses. Just taking by to say hi. My depression is still in remission. I'm feeling great. Can't wait for spring to get on my bicycle again. Well, it is spring. It's 7 days into spring. Lagai, past, present, future feel bleak. I try very hard not to fixate, but it gets rather stuck in my head. I'm hoping spring and summer is full of renewed energy and positive attitude. Yes, especially if you get out and get that exercise going. It clears your head like nothing else. Did I get baptized? I was raised Jewish, but I got spiritually baptized. Sorry, I didn't mean to be a troll or to be offensive. Don't worry, Aaron. You weren't offensive to me, but you would have been offensive to some people. But otherwise, your comments are cool. They stole the urn in London, if you remember correctly. And who did that? Please, can you tell me what the answer is with Sigmund Freud? Yes, David Anthony. Freud said the essence of mental health is to love and to work, the ability to love and to work. So many people I know who are unemployed or unhappy. So many people who have bad relationships or no relationships are unhappy. But usually, yes, well, no harm in sex. You're right. It is a biological necessity, and it can have a very healing impact, especially tantric sex, where you can look it up. It's something in the East, and was created in India, and it has a very healing effect when done appropriately. Oh, they vandalized Freud's urn and his ashes were all over the floor. And what? I'm sorry to hear that. I'm beginning up. Oh, like turtles. Yes, nice to see you. You're on Holly enjoying the live stream. I'm getting up, everybody. Oh my God. Oh. Yes. See right here. Well, left hip surgery. There's a big scar here. I'd show it to you, but it would be rather inappropriate. But it does hurt, and I have to move around. Meanwhile, for those of you who have not seen it, is this it here? Oh, you can see my electric bike, right, or part of it. That's what's going to continue to keep me young. I can keep up with younger people. And it's really a cool thing because, with an electric bike, I never really knew how it worked until I rode one. But there are three levels of help. They're called assist. Level 1, which is called Eco. Level 2, which is called Sport, which you see in my Kia car, same idea, and level 3, which is called Turbo, like turbocharged, or turbo tax. It's tax time, by the way. I'm going to have to get an extension. Must be some sort of joke there. Anyway, so I thought, going up this rather steep hill, I'd need level 2 or 3, but no. These batteries are so powerful that even on first gear, level 1, you can make it up a hill immediately, very easily. So after a 2.5 hour, actually it was more like a 2-hour ride in 25 miles, I only used up half of my battery. And I have a small battery, 320 watt hours. Larger bikes have 500, 800 watt hours, which means you can get 3 or 4 rides out of them. So if people like biking and they're, getting on in years, and this is why this e-bike store is making a fortune, because guess what? The baby boomers are aging. I'm one of them, and it's a wonderful way to stay active. Bertazamine is one of the best meds I've tried, also known as Remeron. It helps a lot of people. Gee, just being here and reading all the comments makes you think Buddhism is a right life choice. Well, it depends on the person, but it's an amazing, amazing philosophy and technology, right? What are the three noble truths? The cause of suffering, suffering can be ended, and the Four Noble Truths, right? And there are ways to get out of suffering. Jack, I got a proponent of 40 milligrams 3 times a day. It wiped out my anxiety. Yes, it's a beta blocker that allowed me to drink a cup of coffee every morning. It lifts my mood for sure throughout the day. Yes, it's a good beta blocker. And what did I do with that? I'm going to see if I can get that for Aaron Michaels. I will be right back. It looks like it's a joke I mixed. Velvet Sky, hey, Charles, yes. Is there a big connection between stomach issues and anxiety? Absolutely. Do you hear about the corn farmer? He's outstanding in his field. Yes. Well, that reminds me of my original joke for years ago. Why was the Scarecrow in the Wizard of Oz? Why did he become a successful neurosurgeon? Because he was outstanding in his field. I love that. All right, I'll be right back, guys. It's 12:45. 15 minutes left to go. In case you've just turned in, this is the Pastor Doug's Depression Recovery Hour, Mental Health Recovery Hour, brought to you live from Portland, Oregon on March 27th, 2022, on a beautiful spring day, and the birds are outside at my bird feeder, and what could be better? I'm coming back with, I think, some information about Buddhism for Aaron Michaels. I will see you in about 20 seconds. Okay, here we are. The Four Noble Truths of Buddhism. The truth of suffering, the truth of the origin of suffering, which is attachment, the truth of the path, and the truth of the cessation of suffering, although they got it in the wrong order. So, life is suffering. Suffering comes from wrong views. Suffering can end, and there's a path called the Dharma, and if you take it, you will get out of your suffering. Isn't that a beautiful picture of the Buddha at the Bodhi tree where he got enlightened? And I also found this in my refrigerator. It's called Dovetails. It's the newsletter of Dove Lewis Veterinary Hospital that helped Bruce make his transition. They were amazing. Look at that little kitty cat there. Witten came home thanks to you. So Witten is that cat who was really sick, and people like me who give money to Dove Lewis, because of that, they were able to heal him. And like Dove Lewis, this is a non-profit organization, the Depression Recovery Hour, depending on your wonderful donations, to be active and going and engaged. Anyway, I hope that helped you, Aaron Michaels, seeing that little image of the Four Noble Truths. Yeah, my pleasure, Aaron Michaels. The sound of one hand clapping, well, that's Zen. You read Zen Buddhism? Yeah, a different kind of Buddhism, absolutely. That's Mahayana Buddhism here that I was showing you. It's easy to sit inside. You have to go out and find people and join groups. That's very true. There's a great YouTube channel by one of my favorite people, Nick Kiamhavahan, about Buddhism. That sounds like maybe a Buddhist name? I don't know. All right, I've missed a lot of comments because I had to go out and get that thing for Aaron Michaels. Oh, running and cycling, you cannot beat those two. Oh my God. My godson's brother, Thelonious, is a major cyclist and a major runner. He's down in California, coming back tomorrow. We're gonna go on some rides together. Yeah, you can't beat those for aerobic exercises. Running work wonders for me. 111 Makika 111, as many people did. I wish I could make new friends. You're isolated. Yeah, you really are off the grid. Oh, yes. Well, I'm glad you have your pets. David Anthony Burton, your channel should get 6 million views. Absolutely, we're losing views every month. I used to be getting 10,000 views every 48 hours, and now I'm only getting 3,500. It's ridiculous. 2/3 decrease when we're doing such good stuff. I have no idea what's going on. What you guys can do is hit the like button, tell your friends about it, and of course donations will always help. Robotic lounge singer. You guys are so creative. I love that name. I need a routine. You certainly do. Some kind of movement and exercise. You certainly do. This last depression phase lasted a while and I let myself go. Any tips? You've mentioned it. Routine, structure, helps with anxiety, movement. You've got it. Those are 3 great things to do. My college has a depression support group based on Buddhism. What a wonderful thing to do. Definitely join it. Buddhism can definitely be helpful for depressed people. And so can most religions, right? Spirituality. We are spiritual human beings. Someone let all the police dogs out. They're looking for leads. All right, thank you. All right, Vertazapine. Yes, nice bike, Lazy Eye Ranch. Well, can you get like a mountain bike and truck around your land? Yes, a big connections between stomach issues and anxiety. Absolutely right. Sin is not sin, but it's purpose in German. SINN. Wow. German's got some great words. Love and work, everybody. But my favorite part of this entire live chat, with only 9 minutes to go, is Edward Steiner's, I hope it's okay if I pronounce it the German way, Edward Steiner's joke. And I'm amending it because it's even better. 2 windmills are standing in a wind farm. One asks, what's your favorite kind of music? The other says, I'm a big heavy metal fan. I love puns. Thank you, Edward Steiner. Thumbs up. And by the way, aren't I correct, Edward? Heavy metal is the kind of rock music that people used to listen to back in the day. Yeah, so that just makes it great. And someone 73 like myself, of course I know what heavy metal is, but maybe even people who are born in millennials know what it is. It was a big... Is Led Zeppelin a heavy metal group? Guys, give me an example of a heavy metal group. I don't think I ever listened to it very much. Fan, you got it, right? Heavy metal fan. blowing to it. Look, it took me a couple of seconds to get it myself. I didn't get it. Maybe the views are dropping because you're mentally healing everyone. Now, wouldn't that be nice? Well, with the war in Ukraine going on, I'm sure there's a lot more people that need to be healed. Thank you, Jennifer Tiana. Look, I don't even need to look at your names. I just get the icons. Thank you for your $5 contribution. Love your name, Jennifer. I don't know, how can we beat the name Jennifer, really? So how many people do we have right now? 56. We're not going to get the 90 we did last week. You know, maybe people are out enjoying the sunshine. Who knows? Anyway, we have 8 minutes left. Keep coming with your questions and your jokes. Let's get another joke. I love that police dog joke. I have to, yeah, remember that one. I agree. All right. Well, I'm still listening to what you called heavy. Led Zeppelin was probably hard for its time, but it blushes in contrast to say Slipknot. Okay, I'll look it up. Jennifer, you look forward to Sunday Lives? Well, I look forward to you being here. Faster Pustat is a depressed heavy metal band? Really? What a strange name. Schadenfreude is my favorite German word. Ian Kilpatrick, that is the greatest word. You know they had a whole New York Times article on that? So, Schadenfreude means taking delight in other people's suffering. Isn't that right? So, you know, that's the opposite of Buddhism, which talks about sympathetic joy. Thumbs up to you, Aaron Michaels. Okay, so sympathetic joy means when other people are happy, right? If that coworker got the sympathetic, how do you spell sympathetic? Sympathethic from the word pathos, which means suffering, right? Sympathetic joy, right, from Buddhism. So if your coworker gets the job, right, Okay, so Sympathetic Joy says, hey, the coworker beat me out. I didn't get it, but I'm happy for him. I'm happy for her. That is Sympathetic Joy. Schadenfreude is the coworker didn't get the job, and you say, oh, I'm really happy they didn't get the job. I'm happy they're miserable. You see how those are completely different? Sympathetic Joy, you take delight in other people's success. Schadenfreude, you take delight in their suffering. Now, if Vladimir Putin dropped dead tomorrow, that would be Schadenfreude. I would be so happy he's dead. I mean, let's face it. Reincarnation of Hitler and Stalin, you better believe it. I saw a wonderful documentary from Frontline called Putin's Road to War. This guy is what dictators are. They believe in force, and they're sociopaths, all of them. They have absolutely no empathy for the suffering of others. So what are we going to do, guys? Prayer. Guys, we made it through another week of this awful disease. Yes, we certainly did. Aaron Michaels, stay strong, stay positive, stay healthy. Good affirmation. So, have you ever heard of Sympathetic Joy? So, Schadenfreude is a great word, whoever said that. David Cunningham, 4 guys walking up and down the street carrying a coffin, they lost the plot. That's kind of cute. Yeah, Ian, what drew you to Schadenfreude? As I say, a huge article in the New York Times about it. I think Schadenfreude came up when something happened to Trump or something. There was some current event that basically stimulated that. What is a sociopath? A sociopath is someone. It's related to, very close to being psychopath. Someone who has no ability to empathize with the suffering of others. Yeah. Charles Andrzejewski, I love you, Charles. I love your comments. Now I know you're in Cleveland. Snowing in Cleveland has been known to snow here in May, but 70 this week. Oh, 19 tonight, though. Yes, they're using missiles that other countries don't use because of civilian casualties. Yeah, this is what a sociopath does. He kills without remorse. Robotic singer all the time. My dog Joey gets to hear Get Back with personalized lyrics for him. I call him Jojo. Jojo is a dog, yes, who wants another biscuit. Very funny. You have to know the lyrics of Get Back. There was a great show about that on the Disney Channel, way too long, by Peter Jackson, who did Lord of the Rings. A sociopath is a psychopath who can fake empathy and who can control themselves much better. Okay, then I would say, yeah, Putin did initially say he was pro-democracy. Iron Maiden was a great group. I have heard of that. All right. Sir Douglas. Wasn't there something called the Sir Douglas Quintet or the Sir something Quintet? How are you after withdrawing from 0.25 clonazepam 2 months before? Feeling good. Yes, I'm trying to withdraw from clonazepam. I'm taking a 0.5 milligram, going down to 0.25 myself. Interesting synchronicity. Yes, of course the Russians are not our enemies. Sting did an amazing song called I Hope the Russians Love Their Children Too in 1985 when we were at the height of the Cold War, and it's the same thing. It's never the Russian people, it's never the German people, it's never the, Syrian people. It's always the goddamn people in charge, right? Phil Oakes, one of the greatest folk singers of all time. Very few of you people have heard him. My generation, as good as Dylan, maybe even better. Had a line in his song, "I Ain't Marching Anymore." It's always the old who lead us to the wars. It's always the young who fall. Right? So, President Lyndon Johnson would have gone down as the greatest president in history, right? Close to FDR, had he not get us involved in Vietnam, or he didn't get us involved. He escalated, but like Putin, he just could not admit that he was wrong. And he was kind of a mean guy. Anyway, yes, I agree with you. The Russian people are not our enemies. It is the Russian leader, and unfortunately, they're suffering even more than we are. DD, first time here. Depression and anxiety really got me at the start of this year. Now my mood is clearing up, but it's kind of like I'm mad at the bright spring weather. Is this common? Well, I don't know why you're mad at the bright spring weather. Maybe because it contrasts with how badly you feel. What is the name of that singer I like? Sting, Sting, right? Is that he? I mean, he did. I hope the Russians love their music. Children, 49 people. Oh well, you can't win them all, huh? He was a member of the police. He's from the UK, and his original name was something like, he had a completely different real name, which I'm not remembering. Gordon. Why Russia attacked Ukraine? Why don't we think to fight COVID instead of war? We are fighting COVID, and I think we've done a pretty good job. Oh, psychopaths want to harm others. Sociopaths only do it if it helps their agenda. Well, I guess that, and then he is a sociopath because his agenda is to unite Russia, the Russian Empire. He thought it was a disaster. Okay, I shouldn't talk about politics because we're losing views as a result. Anyway, yes, I'm not quite sure why you're mad at bright spring weather. You can talk to your therapist about that. Yes, I agree, Uncle Herbert. It's 90 degrees here in Austin. Wow, Texas, 90 in Austin. Well, I once gave a talk in Austin. It was 95 and very humid. All right, ladies and gents, Velvet Sky, thank you. I wanted to show a friend my darling doggy and how far I have to drive to get to my mail. 45-minute trip? You are off the grid, big time. Maybe you should move to Palm Springs or somewhere nearby. We live in a silly economic environment. Yeah, absolutely. Snowing today in Sweden too. Was almost spring, but we have to wait a little longer. Yes, Charles, again, congratulations on that transatlantic flight. It's 1:01 p.m. It's you remember Car Talk, Ray and Tom Magliozzi, very famous show here in America on NPR. They would say, well, you've wasted another perfectly good hour on Car Talk. You've wasted another perfectly good hour on Pastor Doug's Depression Recovery Hour. No, I wouldn't really say that, but anyway, I love their show. I thought we had a good time today. Lots of good questions, lots of good people here. Remember, depression is a treatable condition, anxiety is a treatable condition, and if we just hang in there long enough, hold on, set the intention to heal, reach out for support, we can get better. And as the Dalai Lama once said, never give up, never give up, never give up. You guys can chat with each other for 5 minutes. Always time to make another donation. And until we meet again, I wish you the best in your mental health recovery. See you on, what is today, the 27th, I guess, April 3rd. And yes, everybody will have a good week. Just stay positive and remember, mental health, the ability to love and to work. Talk to you later.